what do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea? We take blood? Can you do it without taking blood? We both use condoms. How is this possible? I want to see a doctor. Can I have an independent blood test?
Money!
I feel sick.
What are you doing?
Mens rea! Oh! Oh! My God! No!
Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, whoever you're doing it with, and why ever you're doing it. I hope you're having a great and wonderful time. It's another surprise stream. Why not? Yeah, surprise streams are good. This was quickly thrown together for a variety of reasons, which we'll get into in a very, very brief moment. Some very, very quick, short housekeeping stuff. The like and subscribe poll is up. So as you come on in, just make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, do it, please. And if you have subscribed, if you have subscribed, please check to make sure you are still subscribed, because YouTube seems to be doing another one of its purges. I got a couple of more emails saying that people have been randomly unsubscribed. So do that, hit the like, hit the subscribe, take the poll. Today's poll is short, sweet, and to the point. I smashed the like and subscribe, hoping this trial is awesome. Or I smashed the like and subscribe because I knew you were going to ask. So there you go. Simple, short, and to the point. Super chats, as always, not expected, not demanded, certainly no minimum required. Anything you'd ever do is accepted graciously and gratefully. You're parting with your hard-earned income to support me, so I make sure that I read and respond to every single super chat there is. And I try to read everything else in chat as well, as try to stay on top as much as possible and respond accordingly. But can't always get to everything. What in the hell is going on in the background there? Okay. Thought the dog was scratching on something. It must be our guest scratching on the doorpost, waiting to get in. Who is it? Let's summon them forth.
The power of Christ compels you.
Hey, it's Aussie Overlaw'd.
That's a new one.
I've summoned Aussie from Aussie land. There.
Hey, g'day, everybody.
Sorry.
Usually takes more than that to help with a hangover, though.
Just thinking on my feet there.
No, fair enough.
Enjoying a lovely old fashioned this evening, because I got to get the liver in training for the F at Friday stream coming up Friday. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that know and love the F at Friday stream, we have a great panel of guests already confirmed. Just minutes after sending out the some of the invites, they've all come back. Well, not all of them, but some of them come back. We've got potentially criminal Sean. We've got Danny on direct, Drex. Ian Runkle will be there from Runkle of the Bailey. Meme Copium has said yes. Nicholas Starov, the union labor guy, he's just for some reason coming on, and we're going to get into a big old Viking drinking fest, I guess. Where he's going to see if he can match me shot for shot. Flash, Yellow Flash 2 has said he might be able to come in. Flux will be there. Steph, the altar nerd, will definitely be there. Chandler Remington, she's going to be there. Rob from Lawn Lumber has confirmed. Ariadna Jacob has confirmed. Our very own Aussie Overlaw'd has confirmed. So that's already the lineup we've got set up for this Friday.
That is star-studded. That's you don't want to miss that, people.
And there's still a lot more.
Especially if he's actually going to be getting into a Viking drinking contest, that's going to be epic.
Well, it all depends on how much those $100 super grifts go. And I asked Nicholas, I said, now I'm the one that's going to be getting $100 every time we do a shot. Why are you doing this? And he said, because I'm a Viking. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
Cannot argue with that.
How are you doing tonight? Well, I guess it's tonight for us. It's morning for most people.
It's just gone 10 past midnight, people, so if I'm a little bit lackluster, just keep in mind I have actually tried to be asleep for the last 2 hours, and the 4-year-old didn't want to go to bed tonight.
Can you ask Hayden if that's a beard or did he get into the Milo tin?
Alec, I get the feeling you don't like me very much.
What is Milo?
Milo is a malt-based milk additive. So we basically it's a way of making a malt drink at home. We have it for a lot of us have it for breakfast. Basically, is a mild energy drink. So
okay,
it's also a test of manhood to see how many spoonfuls you can have without liquid and just shoving them in your mouth and see whether or not you die.
Oh, we call that Ovaltine.
Yes, it's like very similar to Ovaltine. It's nicer than Ovaltine though.
Or we have this crap that's like Mormon coffee. It was this shitty drink in the 70s and 80s, but it has, it's not coffee. So Mormons, Sanka is like, it's
okay.
It's really horrific. Anyway, yeah. So, okay. Well, speaking of super chats, which nobody did, Salty Hard R Brainwater says, hey, everybody, what dish of business? Yeah, I bet you're all asking what dish of business is here, but especially if you saw the tweets and the show we did yesterday about what an awesome trial was coming up. And Durell, thank you so much for the waving sticker. Sideways doggo. All right. Hayden, why are we here?
We are here because like 5 minutes after Jeff ended the stream announcing the trial that we'd be covering starting on Monday, it got postponed. They haven't actually set a date yet. They're going to hearing on the 28th, and we'll find out exactly when that's getting shifted to. But it's problematic for everybody because that means that I'm either back on the Triple X Tentacion trial or Jeff's watching Murder. We decided to try and find something else.
Yeah. And now I said the other one was before Judge Darrow, who was the judge in the Brooks case. It was going to be pretty interesting. She had poisoned a person in her care with Visine eye drops. Apparently, she's been dosing her with this for a long time, and then finally finished her off with 6 bottles of Visine in some water or vodka. I can't remember exactly which it was, but yeah, that was kind of pretty much cut and dried. Expected to be a 5-day trial, which if your jury selection takes 1, deliberations take 1, opening statements probably take 12 minutes in this case, but yeah, it was going to be a short 3-4 day trial. It's not happening. And why they postponed it was apparently there was some new discovery or something. And they needed to review it. So who knows? We'll find out Tuesday when it's going to be rescheduled for. So what we decided to do is go look for other things. Now, the other thing we found is this case of Zachary Anderson in Wisconsin. And I'm sure you've all seen the what do you call that thing? Thumbnail. I'm just winding down. My weekend is winding down here. My brain has checked out.
That's fair.
But let's bring up ye oldie graphic here. Where is ye oldie graphic? Oop, there we go.
Did they find the crap you buried in the park?
This is called the Obsessed Ex-Boyfriend Murder Trial. With me, Legal Vices, him, Aussie Overlaw'd, and it's being presided over by the Kyle Rittenhouse judge, Judge Schroeder. So no nonsense Schroeder is going to be taking over this one. And this is the defendant up here, Mr. Zachariah Anderson himself. So that's this is the case that we're going to be looking at. And jury selection again is scheduled to start tomorrow. And we're probably not going to cover the jury selection because A, we want to make sure this actually goes to trial, and B, jury selection is boring as shit most of the time. But the trial is supposed to start on Tuesday. Oz, you are free to stream the the jury selection if you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I've been thinking about it because, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to be doing something Monday. So aside from potentially taking the time to do the usual stream, it'll give me something to interject or interchange with the Triple X trial because I'll probably be still doing a day of that. But I don't think I've actually streamed a jury selection on my channel before, so we might as well have a crack at it, guys. Because I'll be interested to see exactly how this judge actually deals with things. I mean, I didn't see much of the Rittenhouse trial aside from the highlights, some of which were very enjoyable. So it'll be interesting. We'll pick and choose, basically, is what I'm saying, people.
So did you see him yell at the prosecution during the
I did say
Rittenhouse trial?
I did say that I saw the highlights. Yes.
Okay. So did you? What is he? Don't get obstreperous with me. What did he say to him? He said like, don't get something with you. Some old fashioned saying. Can't remember what it was.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember seeing that. That was hilarious. What's that? Jenny saying you got a ghost?
Yes. Yeah, we do. We've had a door slam on my stream by itself once. That was pretty cool.
Oh, I think it's because every time you move your head, the lighting changes because of the hat.
Does it? Yeah, That's the problem with the auto exposure. You turn the auto exposure off and it gets really choppy and breaky. So I'll just have to remember not to do this, so the light doesn't reflect off.
Chat's yelling at us that it was "Don't get brazen with me."
Don't get brazen. That's what it was. Don't get brazen with me.
Yeah,
I remember it was some oldie timey thing that we just don't say anymore. Brazen, brazen hussy.
It's a shame that the English language is dying like that, though. There's so many brilliant words out there that are just getting removed from use. So,
like fork. Fork is a good word.
Mind you, Gert can die. Gert can just disappear from history.
So okay, let's get on this. What is this case about? Let's just kind of look over a couple of articles, maybe watch a couple of videos about it, and see where we're going. Because this isn't the first time that Zachariah Anderson has been on trial here, and what we've got is I've got like 4 or 5 short articles lined up with some video, and if we finish early enough, because we're not gonna go over 2 hours. We're just gonna do a quick 2-hour thing. If we have some time, which we should, there is. Well, I'll get to the spoiler later. Yes, Kimborn, I thought brazen was only used with hussy. That's all my father ever used it for. So let's see here. Bringing it on up, and this will be on Court TV. Law and Crime hasn't said anything about this trial yet, so this will be a Court TV stream.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that their audio-visual guy is better than the Law and Crime guy. I mean, I think it's all the same. I think it's all the same court feed. Like it's the one court feed coming out. But I really hope that at least, given that Court TV try and put so much production value into their streams, that if things are going wrong, someone's going to smack the guy on the back of the head and say, "Fix it."
Yeah. So. And Lancelot 652, thank you so much for the super chat. Rittenhouse judge was okay. Seemed like a nice guy and less angering than Alex. Well, he seemed to be very, very fair, and he didn't put up with crap from the prosecution. So that's a good thing. I mean, he's a hardline judge, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Not really savvy on technology. We learned that, but he is fair, and he is very, very strict. So we'll have to see how it goes with this case. Well, wait a minute. What is this? This trial is starting tomorrow. Jury selection starts tomorrow. How can this headline be true? Opening statements done. Testimony begins Wednesday. What is this? Is this an article from Future Fox? No. He's already gone to trial once. Last March, he went to trial. But as we will get into in a little bit, there was a mistrial. And unfortunately, Binger is not prosecuting this case. So that would be a great rematch with the Binger and Schroeder. But no, Binger will not be doing this trial, unfortunately. Let's watch some video here.
Out a body. Kenosha County prosecutors started making their case against Zachariah Anderson today.
He's accused of killing Rosalia Gutierrez and hiding his body back in May of 2020. Our Bill Miston was inside the courtroom today. He now joins us live from Kenosha.
Good evening, Steph and Ted. Prosecutors portraying Anderson as jealous of his ex-girlfriend who is in a budding relationship with Gutierrez, and jealous enough that Anderson stalked the two and planned out Gutierrez's killing.
So that's where we're going with this. We're starting with the obsessed boyfriend. They broke up. He just can't let it go. And so he stalks. And what happens? What happens is we can't start this again. Go ahead.
Anderson's defense team, though, says that the supposed jealous ex theory is being manufactured by Anderson's ex-girlfriend, that Anderson didn't kill Gutierrez, and once police had a person of interest to look at, they didn't look at anyone else.
Common police problem.
Rosalio Gutierrez last heard and seen on May 17th, 2020.
In the blood, clumps of hair.
But whatever happened at his Kenosha apartment, prosecutors say it wasn't good.
Blood in the ceilings.
The person who found that 2 days later, Gutierrez's new love interest, the ex of Zachariah Anderson. Prosecutors say Anderson was jealous, stalking his ex and Gutierrez, and that Anderson's alibi the night of Gutierrez's disappearance, not rock solid. The following day,
He goes into Walmart, he pays cash, it's a little more than $50. He buys rubber gloves, bleach, garbage bags, shampoo.
the state alleges Anderson wrapped up Gutierrez's body in a rug and took it. His body never found, despite a number of searches, including his family's town of Holland Tree Farm near Random Lake. Prosecutors say
Okay, so there we have some interesting news for you. That's an interesting tidbit. There is no body.
No, it's interesting. This is one of those ones where he's being charged purely on the level and volume of blood that was located. They've assumed that she's dead because she apparently exsanguinated. There you go. Another word that should be lost to the ages.
Sanguination is such a great thing. Well, I mean, it's not a great thing to have happen to you, but it's a great word. So yeah, and listening to what he bought at the store they just talked about, that's what I sort of buy to do my spring cleaning. So some bags, some shampoo, some bleach, some rubber gloves. I mean, if you would have bought like, weird acid and a chainsaw or something, that might be a little different. But
portion of carpet cut out of his van. It smelled of bleach, and that a small blood stain found matched Gutierrez's DNA.
In fact, the evidence will show that nobody knows if Mr. Gutierrez.
Now, if she's prosecuting this, we got to come up with a name for a prosecutor nose ring. She's got a little tiny nose ring in.
How was that allowed in court? Wow. She get raked over the coals here for that.
Even murder.
Really?
That one.
Yeah. Yeah, improper dress. The court would pull the I cannot see you, cannot hear you till she took it out.
Wow. It's like what, guess earrings are acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
What about like gauged earrings would be like out?
The ones where they open up the earlobe. Yeah, no.
I mean, not that I've ever seen a lawyer with one, but Stormcrow says, oh my God, why does she have a nose ring? Hey, I don't know.
Hey, to each their own.
Jim Satala says, this feels like bait and switch. I was expecting to actually watch a trial today. Well, it being Sunday, you should have figured that one out, Sherlock. We love you, Jim. We're taking you to task here because you're taking us to task. Taking to task, that's another thing I like. Max Murrah got lucky. What? Hey, Max. Yeah, Max was here. I don't know if he's still here. Oh, yeah, he is. Hey, Max. She has a hickey. No, I don't think that's a hickey.
Generally, you don't leave a hickey on the side of the face. You try and leave them where they're not necessarily visible.
That's what I meant to do. Or that large.
Line from Anderson's defense attorney drawing muffled sounds of displeasure from Gutierrez's family.
They found no evidence of a body.
The defense countering the jealous ex theory as being manufactured by Anderson's ex-girlfriend. And once she suggested he could be behind Gutierrez's disappearance,
they never investigated that it could have been anyone else.
Nor a proper job by police searching or testing all possible evidence in Gutierrez's apartment.
You'll see that the pieces of the puzzle that the state talked about, they don't fit together.
Now, Judge Bruce Schroeder telling the jury that jurors should possibly expect this trial to last as long as 3 weeks. Witness testimony for the state to start tomorrow morning. And of those expected to testify, Anderson's ex-girlfriend. Reporting live in Kenosha, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
We know you'll be there for all of it, Bill. Thank you.
She has a nice nose. Just saying. Yeah. Okay. Y'all know my proclivities. Yeah, so there's no body. I know it was a joke for me too. We're all just joking here. No hickey should be visible. Mark your territory, people. Ugh. Huh. Well, now I'm curious about like what is accepted and what's not accepted dress. I mean, like Korea, just you would never have a visible tattoo anywhere ever. In
Oh, really? Okay. I think they're slightly more accepted. Just you can't be like. Maybe I should need to do a stream on that actually, as to what's what they find acceptable. They're sort of having to loosen it up a little bit. It's a slap mark. Jesus.
Oh my! All right, Nicholas Starov, union rep, labor law, and Viking competitive drinker, coming next Friday, says, "Will there be financial crimes as motive? I doubt it. I doubt it. Hope not." Well, so now here's the deal. Yeah, no hickey, no quitty. Right. So this trial was expected. This was last year. Was expected to go 3 weeks. Well, how long did it go? You may ask. If it was expected to go 3 weeks, it went 1 day. This trial made it 1 day. Mistrial declared in murder trial of Macon man charged with killing ex-girlfriend's new love interest. Dun dun dun. Kenosha. The trial of a Macon man accused of murdering in Kenosha County abruptly ended its third day, sorry. In its third day last week. I guess they're including jury selection in this. When the defense attorney asked for a mistrial and the judge agreed. Zachariah Anderson, 41, is charged with stalking his ex-girlfriend and killing her new boyfriend. Rosalio Gutierrez Jr. In the spring of 2020, Gutierrez's body has never been found. Dun, dun, dun. Anderson is being represented by a Milwaukee-based attorney, John Birdsall from Birdsall, Ober and Associates. Ober and Associates. According to online trial notes, Kenosha County District Attorney Michael Gravely did not object to the request for the mistrial. Ooh, what happened? Gravely told the News Graphic Monday that the issue was with a witness, a woman who was supposed to meet Gutierrez in May 2020. Gravely indicated that in the discussions with the DA's office, the witness indicated she arrived at what she thought was Gutierrez's apartment. She texted him telling him she was there, but he never texted or came out. She was there about half an hour and then she left, Gravely said. Gutierrez has not been seen since May 17th, 2020. Gravely said that during prep work for the trial, they discovered that the witness was in front of the wrong apartment building. Anderson's defense team, however, indicated that they were not aware of that information. So basically what the defense was saying is you didn't give us all of the information. You didn't disclose everything to us. You should have disclosed this to us. You didn't. So we weren't prepared. We couldn't prepare for this. So where do we go here? They indicated they were surprised by that development and requested a mistrial and an adjournment so that they would be able to investigate that further. Birdsall did not return her call from the News Graphic. Who cares? Birdsall asked Judge Bruce Schroeder to either declare a mistrial or order that the witness be produced and interviewed by an investigator. Schroeder declared the mistrial. A new trial has been set for September, and for whatever reason, that was delayed until tomorrow. So according to the criminal complaint against Anderson, Gutierrez's girlfriend told police that she went to Gutierrez's Kenosha apartment on May 19th, 2020, after not hearing from him for 2 days. The couple have 3 children together. Ugh. The girlfriend said she found a door open. When she went in, she found furniture had been moved around, an area rug gone, and what appeared to be large amounts of blood on the floor and furniture. According to the complaint, Gutierrez, 40, was nowhere to be found. 2 Kenosha police detectives said that when they entered the apartment, they saw large amounts of blood on numerous items inside of the residence, including an end table, the curtains, walls, ceiling, carpet, couch, chairs, and other household items. So there is what we in the law business, the official term of art we use in the legal field is a fuck ton of blood.
I was going to go shit ton, but yeah, fuck ton works.
Yeah, so there was essentially just blood everywhere. And now that I've embiggened it, I've lost my place. All right, whatever. Okay, it was apparent that a struggle occurred and a person was severely injured during the struggle. Gee, what was your first clue, detectives? The complaint said that the scene indicated someone had been struck several times. Gutierrez had not reported to work, hadn't contacted his children as he usually did, and didn't use his bank or credit cards. His cell phone, identification, and credit cards were discovered in the rear of his freezer. That's weird.
Why is it always the rear of the freezer? Why is it never in the front of the door?
Yeah, or just in the rear. You know.
Oh no,
wherever it goes.
We're not putting dead bodies in the rear. We're not talking about your business yet. Still got to wait for competent hearing.
Was there a dead chicken? Doubt it. But apparently there was lots and lots and lots of blood. So cool. Wait, where's this? Salty Hard R and Brainwater again. Thank you so much for yet another $5 super chat. I was living in Kenosha when this happened. Was big news until the Rittenhouse situation. His family was everywhere handing out missing flyers all summer. Dang, that's really sad. Yes, Schroeder. This is Judge Schroeder. Judge Schroeder's going to be overseeing this. Dear God, a slaughter, says Rose. Carnage, says Nick Dev. No, it's not a metric fuck ton. This is the United States, mother effer. We don't use that metric stuff. We like illogical stuff.
The imperial fuck ton is about 1.6 times a metric fuck ton.
It is.
Next comment. How many times I keep telling you stay away from ChatGPT?
It might have been a large amount of cauliflower juice. I learned that from the Murdoch trial. Big old bucket of brain juice. Did they find the flyers? I don't think they were looking for the flyers. So that's what happened. The judge didn't disclose everything that he should have disclosed to the defense. The defense said, well, I'm sorry, mistrial, or we need a full investigation of this person. And I guess they all decided it would be easier to give the mistrial. Jim Satala says something about this story doesn't make sense. How do they have 3 kids together if this guy is her ex? They should have looked hard at the woman and her associates. This sounds like cartel.
Possibly.
Not everything's cartel, though. We know the Murdoch was cartel. I mean, the Murdoch was clearly cartel.
Yeah, look, just because something doesn't seem right and something is out of the ordinary, it doesn't necessarily mean we can blame everything on the cartels. We can't treat them like the boogeyman. Otherwise, we give them more power than they actually have.
And how racist would you think that just because his name is Gutierrez, the cartel's involved? I may be projecting. Mike Morrison, thank you so much. Mike Morris is just gifted 10 Legal Vices memberships. If you are one of the lucky people that just received a Legal Vices membership, give all thanks and love, glory, and honor to the Mike Morrison. It's all his doing. Well, I spoke too fast. He's just gifted 10 more Legal Vices memberships. There's 20 Legal Vices memberships out there. So every one of you that just got one of those, again, all glory, laud, and honor to his name, Mike Morrison. Well, that brings us to today. That brings us to the present time. What's going on here? It was supposed to go to trial last September, but again, it was delayed until tomorrow, where jury selection starts, which brings us to Court TV. Wisconsin v. Zachariah Anderson, obsessed ex-boyfriend murder trial by Ivy Brown, Court TV. Kenosha County, Wisconsin. A Wisconsin man accused of stalking and killing his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend is facing life in prison if convicted. Why doesn't Wisconsin kill people? Dang it. Nobody ever gets the death penalty. Kill them all. Kill them all.
Which state was it that Ron White was talking about in the Blue Collar Comedy Tour? I think it was Texas. Because at the time,
probably,
most states were doing away with the death penalty, but they introduced legislation where if there was 3 credible eyewitnesses, you went straight to the front of the line. And he goes, most states are abolishing the death penalty. My state's putting in an express lane.
Yep. That was Texas. Oh dear. So what happened to this fellow? This is the bad guy allegedly, and this is the dead guy absolutely. Well, he's also allegedly dead. There has because no body has been found. Prosecutors say Zachariah Anderson, 42, murdered Rosalio Gutierrez Jr. in May 2020. His body has not been found. Dun dun dun. A criminal complaint states Anderson had been stalking his ex-girlfriend, Sadie Beecham, and Gutierrez for weeks because he was jealous of her new relationship. Anderson allegedly put a burner phone. See, this is where you know you're getting into some creep territory here. And I will admit, when I was young, stupid, and immature, like 16, 17, I stalked an ex-girlfriend of mine for about a week. You know, seeing who this new guy she left me for was. And once I finally saw him, I went, oh, okay. I guess I got out of this one really well. If that's what she's looking for.
As far as I'm concerned, I personally feel like if you're coming off of a relationship, I would say that looking into an ex, keeping tabs on them for probably the first 2 weeks afterwards is not really stalking, because there's always that hope that the door is open. Unless you're specifically walking around with a knife behind your back, then it's stalking.
No, I was just keeping an eye. I was just following her, like parking across the street from her job, trying to see who this guy was, and then I saw him and went, oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm glad to get out of this one.
And chat, that's what I get for trying to throw him a bone.
Yeah. Yeah, there were no weapons. No, this dude, God, I was like 16, and this guy was probably in his 20s. So he went for the older guy, and he looked like Wyatt Earp. I mean, he looked like Wyatt Earp or like Wild Bill Hickok or someone. I went, that's when I made a rule: never date a girl that wears gray corduroys. That's just it's just a lesson. Well,
do we actually have a docket number for this?
I don't.
For some reason, I can't log into Pacer, so I can't actually search for it.
Well, it's not on the other one that I use, which Scribed. I use Scribed, and it's not on there.
Okay.
So anyway,
no, that's way off. That's way off limits.
Well, what? What was way off limits?
What about breaking in and whacking off in the bedroom?
Oh yeah, no, that never happened. All right. A criminal complaint states Anderson had been stalking her for weeks because jealous of a new relationship. He put a burner phone in Beecham's car to track her movements and used another GPS tracker and listening device to stalk the couple. Gutierrez was reported missing May 19th. Kenosha police detectives conducted a welfare check and discovered, quote, large amounts of blood, end quote, throughout his apartment. Beecham immediately told the officers about Anderson's alleged stalking. Authorities found Gutierrez's blood in Anderson's Dodge minivan. That's not a good thing.
Nope.
Which was also missing a large section of carpet and smelled of bleach, according to the complaint. Again, that's circumstantial, but that's pretty darn circumstantial.
Yeah, that's not really a good look.
Blood spots, missing carpet, and smelling of bleach. A smoldering burn pit was also located at Anderson's home on May 19th. A cadaver dog reportedly found pieces of clothing and a charred bleach bottle. But no cadaver, stupid dog. Authorities located
bleach. Wait, hang on. Charred bleach bottle?
Yeah, so I guess he used the bleach and then just tried to burn the bottle rather than just throw in the garbage can, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, generally they're made out of plastic, or is
yeah.
Sorry, it's almost 1 a.m., guys. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that I would have expected the plastic bottle to melt, and for some reason this is not clicking in my brain. So, anyway,
I don't know. Authorities located a second burn pit in a nearby tree farm owned by Anderson's family. Yeah, big fires in a tree farm. That sounds really smart.
Yeah.
Owned by Anderson's family, where more clothing was reportedly found. Anderson is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, 2 counts of stalking, and 1 count of hiding a corpse. I think that's interesting how they're charging him with hiding a corpse, even though there is no corpse. And no evidence that he actually hid it. They're going full circle.
Yeah, I mean, is there a different charge for disposal of a dead body, interfering with a corpse or something like that?
Don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Could be.
Don't you recycle your murder tools?
I couldn't tell you. Kenosha County Circuit Judge Bruce Schroeder is presiding over this trial, who also presided over the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse and Mark Jensen's 2008 trial. I don't know who Mark Jensen is, but he was on trial in 2008, and Bruce Schroeder covered it. Jury selection is scheduled to begin Monday, February 27th. All right.
Ooh. Mark Jensen was convicted of first-degree murder and intentional homicide, sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for the murder of his wife, Julie Jensen. Interesting.
Yes, he has to have eaten him. Just ate the whole. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Good at Pepto-Bismol advertisement there. Bleach doesn't really burn. Well, you didn't find charred bleach. They found the charred bottles. Maybe they just meant partially melted. Were they stabbed about the head and neck? Don't know. Huh. Pigs equals 8 minutes. Pigs are really actually are a great way of disposing of bodies, apparently.
That's what they meant. I thought they were talking about cooking them. You know, bit of spit roast bacon or something. But yeah, no, pigs will eat anything.
Yes. It's just interfering is just code for sexy time with corpses. Yes, interfering with a corpse. That's Alan, and I've given 5 before that you missed. Oh, Alan has also given 5 Legal Vices memberships apparently that I missed. I didn't see it pop up. Oh, there we are. I see it now. Well, thank you very much. Right before Nicholas gave his super chat. Right. Sorry to miss that. I'm just scrolling back up there. And salty hard R brain water. Wasn't Wisconsin one of the first states to abolish the death penalty? Yet they've produced Dahmer, Gain, Brooks, Shabidness, etc. Well, there you go. There's an argument to be made for that, I think.
Yeah, the legislators may need to have a serious long think about who it was that brought in the ban of the death penalty and whether or not their descendants are potentially the ones that are committing all these crimes.
And what happens if you distill household bleach? Why, you get Jack Daniels, of course. I kid, I joke. All right.
Yeah, no, you get filter it first. It's not just distilling it. Process bleach.
Well, the second to last quick article we've got here is the trial of man accused of murdering Kenosha man and hiding body to begin Monday. The trial of the Mequon man, this is like the 3rd spelling I've seen of this, accused of stalking and killing his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend inside a Kenosha apartment in spring 2020, is set to begin next week. I wonder if he was vaccinated. Anytime that a murder or death happened since 2020, it's like, was it the jab? Jury selection in the high-profile homicide trial of Zachariah J. Anderson, 42, is set for Monday morning before Kenosha County Circuit Judge Bruce Schroeder. Opening statements could be presented to the jury as early as Tuesday in the trial, expected to last about 2 weeks. Anderson is accused of killing Rosalio Gutierrez Jr. of Kenosha inside his Wood Creek apartment unit on the city's north side nearly 3 years ago. Gutierrez went missing in May 17th, 2020. His body has never been found. Anderson is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, Class A felony that carries sentence of life in prison if he's found guilty. Anderson is also charged with hiding a corpse and 2 counts of stalking, all felonies. Anderson remains in custody in Kenosha County Jail on a $750,000 cash bond. That's actually pretty low for a murder. In early 2022, a difference in information between Kenosha County District Attorney's Office and the defense team for Anderson led to a mistrial and delayed the case after opening statements from both sides. District Attorney Michael Gravely, so he's back for this, is serving as prosecutor. Anderson is represented by defense attorney Nicole Mueller. Missing since 2020, he's been reported missing in May 19th, 2020, after his girlfriend, who had been unable to reach him, went to his apartment on the 3700 block of 15th Street, found the patio door open and blood splattered on the floor and furniture, according to the prosecutors. Police focused on Anderson after his girlfriend reported that he her former partner had been stalking her after she began her relationship with Gutierrez. Anderson has been in custody since shortly after Gutierrez's disappearance, initially charged with stalking. The homicide charge was added in December 2020 after a police investigation reportedly found evidence that indicated Anderson may have moved Gutierrez's body in his vehicle. Authorities indicated a spot of blood was found in the van was a DNA match to the victim. A patch of carpet was removed along with the seats, and the interior appeared to have been scrubbed with bleach. Suspicious. Authorities indicated, a little bit. Authorities indicated that burn pits were found on property belonging to Anderson or his family, with evidence that clothing Anderson was wearing at the time Gutierrez went missing may have been burned. So he burned his own clothes, apparently. Now we can shame some Kenosha County criminal mugshots. Brittany, you've seen better days. Jacoby Devin Bell Price, you look pretty normal. Kristen, so it's a woman. All right. Sometimes you need to. Okay. I like. Oh, there you go. That's some fine head of hair there. It just makes me jealous. It's like Milli Vanilli. I just love all right, there we go. I think meth is involved. Faces charges of theft of movable property and probation and parole. I'm guessing meth I'm guessing meth.
Yeah, I mean,
meth.
you don't allow your hair to grow like that, and you don't. Yeah, no. It's either meth or something harder.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Taj Dakota Reed faces charge of possession of narcotic drugs. And Tijuan Nisir Towner is charged of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Now, don't any of you ever say they all look alike to me. They're obviously distinct individuals. Jared Charles Hoolier. Definitely meth is involved in this one. He faces charges of methamphetamine, amphetamines, LSD, he's just like he's a drugstore. He's just a walking drugstore, old guys. All right, well that's enough.
Wait, hang on. What's Scott Wood in for?
Stalking, of
charges
course.
of stalking.
Probably stalking him. He looks like he should be on Twilight or something.
Oh yeah, I can say that.
All right. See, I figure if it's your mugshot, you're allowed to be made fun of.
Oh yeah.
All right. Jeff will like talking when he learns how. Yeah, I'm getting tongue twisted today. All right. Well, bringing us up here on the end of the pre-planned, prepared. Is that like redundant to be prepared? It's like but you can't be paired. Linguistic thoughts. Pairs.
What's the antonym to prepared? Underprepared.
Unpaired, I guess. I don't know. Post-paired. Speaking of methamphetamines. Hey, bro. Don't bogart the weed, dude.
Right now, I want to tell you about another big case that we are tracking here. It's the next live trial here on Court TV. It's the obsessed ex-boyfriend trial in the same courtroom where Kyle Rittenhouse was tried. Here's the story.
Oh God, they're gonna drag everything back to Kyle, aren't they?
Rosalia Gutierrez.
I typed in Kenosha District Attorney's Office, and right at the bottom of the page was Binger's Wikipedia page.
What? What was that?
I typed in because someone suggested that I go through the Wisconsin court page, and for some reason, certain court websites I can't access because I'm out of country.
Yeah, and that's
even
one
if I
of
use
them.
a VPN or Tor and that sort of thing. And so anyway, but I tried going through the district attorney's office to see whether or not I could track it through there, and it's searched, but then right at the very bottom was Binger's Wikipedia page.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, okay.
That's the tool that was arguing against Gosney on Megyn Kelly. You are correct. that is the court TV tool that was arguing against Gosney on Megyn Kelly's deal. Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, to pair is to trim, cut down. I know. Like I was joking about it being like pre-pair. So like, anyway. Yeah. Just
damn it, Tom. I can't access it. But thank you.
Wait, I don't get anything. Where do you see? Where's he in that at?
Tom Nash Music says, Aussie, it's on Y Court, then go to case search. For some reason, Y Court will not load for me, no matter which way I attack it.
I did not.
Not that I'm attacking a court website.
I cannot see that message. Huh. Oh well. I don't know where that message was. So.
Okay.
Whatever. There's Tom Nash Music. I'll do a screenshot. All right. Well. Anywho, back to your regularly scheduled video.
Jim were dating. They were just a few months into a new romance. But on May 19th, 2002, Beecham became worried when she had not heard from Gutierrez in 2 days. When she went to check on him, he was nowhere to be found. But what she did find prompted her to call police.
Every other square foot of living space in that home has blood.
Police officers dispatched to Gutierrez's apartment found blood spatter throughout. Doors, walls, ceiling, and a large pool of blood on the carpet. A detective says this crime scene is consistent with the person lying in the...
Damn it! I tried so hard to read that case number, but I can't. It's blurry.
Oh, hang on.
I desperately tried to read that, but yeah, it's just too blurry. I can make out like 00143, and that's like all of it. But I'll continue looking.
The area and bleeding heavily over a period of time, and that it appeared that the person was struck multiple times with an object. Investigators say blood from the scene was a match to Gutierrez. Sadie Beecham pointed police to her ex-boyfriend, Zachariah Anderson. She allegedly told investigators he was jealous of her new relationship and had stalked and spied on her. Detectives tracked some of Gutierrez's movements during May of 2020 to Gutierrez's apartment, as well as a state park with a deep quarry of water. Despite their efforts to locate Gutierrez's body, police have not been successful.
As a man, Rosalio Pocho Gutierrez Jr. had a personality that drew people to him. He was an optimist with an infectious laughter and a beautiful smile.
Meanwhile, his family is in mourning as questions about his whereabouts go unanswered. While police don't have a body, they do have a suspect in his death. Zachariah Anderson is charged with stalking, first-degree homicide, and hiding a corpse. Last year, Anderson's case went to trial at the Kenosha County Courthouse with Judge Bruce Schroeder presiding.
So you're saying that the statements of the defendant serving his own interests are inadmissible.
Anderson's defense argued there is not enough evidence to put Anderson at the crime scene and that Beecham is exaggerating the friction in their relationship.
But you cannot piece together evidence that does not exist. The evidence in this case will show you that nobody knows what actually happened on May 17, 2020. In fact, the evidence will show that nobody knows if Mr. Gutierrez was even murdered.
Controversy over a witness's testimony prompted Judge Schroeder to call a mistrial to give each side more time to investigate the claims of the witness. Anderson maintains his innocence and hopes this do-over will clear his name, while the Gutierrez family prays for answers and justice.
Dramatic
all right.
music.
It's all starting on February 27th, jury selection, Wisconsin versus Zachariah Anderson. And how great is Judge Schroeder? We'll be back inside his courtroom.
All right. Well, there she blows. That's some basic information about the case. Case search. I got the case search. Let's see if we can do a case number search, if that works. Hey, congratulations for our eagle-eyed viewer. Who was the first one? I copied and pasted. Where'd you go? You were up there a bit. I was busy doing this. Where'd you go? Dang it.
Mr. Tom Nash Music.
It was
got
Tom
that
Nash
across to
Music.
me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I believe Tom
Nicely
Nash
done.
Music was first. And congratulations, that actually is the correct number. Wow, let's see if wait a minute. Kenosha County. View case details. All right, I'm going to bring up the case details here as soon as I put it in the right window.
Bass, I blame me too. I'm a convenient scapegoat.
All right, Wisconsin Circuit Court access. What is CAPTCHA? I don't see a CAPTCHA screen. Good, it didn't make me click all the boxes with buses in them.
Oh, there it is.
Righto, here we go. Boom. Here is the case details. Let's see how big we can make it. Filing date, criminal case. It's an electronic filing. Defendant date of birth, July 5th, 1980. We have the same birthday. Woo, murder birthday party.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And there you have it, people. Vice has just admitted that he is a murderer.
Wow, there we go. I share a birthday with a murderer. Cool. Allegedly. Responsible official, Bruce E. Schroeder. Prosecuting attorney, Gravely. Defendant owes the court $0 thus far. Ooh, he's got stalking, domestic abuse, repeater. Oh, he has a repeat on this. So he has a criminal record of some sort. And another case of stalking, first-degree intentional homicide, and hiding a corpse. The attorneys for the defendant, also known as court date, 9 a.m. So it will start at 9 a.m. on Monday morning if Hayden feels up to doing jury selection. I certainly don't.
We'll see, because that's 2 a.m. in the morning for me. So that I don't even get that extra half hour sleep.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'll definitely start. I will start streaming it on Tuesday. So it's up to Hayden whenever he wants to start, tomorrow or Tuesday. So we got some additional text. Let's go back in history and sort of read the. This is a long ass case history. Jeez.
Well, you kind of expected at this point though, because that's the way that they've been. Because we've got 3 years of backed up.
There's preliminary hearing, information, demand for discovery, inspection. There's orders, more papers, notices, video conferencing, additional text. There's some minutes. Okay. Let's go up to 2020, where the trial was taking place. So there's a final pretrial conference. The attorneys are withdrawing. Attorney Mueller reports only issue left to address on the defendant's motion to compel. And then the blood report comes in. There's a letter to the court, the state's notice of expert testimony. Defendant's notice for motion to exclude expert testimony. They move closer to trial. Amended notice. And this is where they get into jury selection. The state objects. Oh, wow. Okay. So the defendant appeared in custody along with attorneys. Defense counsel filed a couple of motions. Court will address the defendant's motion for continued extended speedy trial, which is filed this morning. The state objects. Arguments are heard. Defendant's motion for continuance is denied. Defense counsel filed a motion to exclude. So the defense counsel is just throwing motions at it. And then they get to the trial. Day 2, so they have the preemptory challenges and jury selection on day 1. Day 2, same appearances. So it took them 2 days to get through this. Brief discussions held. Defendant was given his Miranda rights. Court will make the good child determination after the testimony is taken. State intends on raising the defendant's South Dakota prior conviction. Okay. He was convicted of something. Hope it wasn't stalking and murder. The defense objects. At this time, the court will not allow this evidence. Attorneys have submitted stipulation to the court. And then the next day of the jury trial, defense requests a mistrial. So issue raised by defense arguing oral statements of a witness taken by DA Gravely, an ADA Polish person. Defense requests mistrial. or in the alternative to have the witness produced in order for their investigator to take statements. Arguments are heard. The court takes a short recess to allow the parties to confer. Court reconvenes. Defense renews their motion for mistrial without prejudice. State has no objection. Defendant's speedy trial demand is extended until the next trial date of 9/12. So then we fast forward through lots and lots of other things, and we find out why it was delayed again.
That I'm interested in. I want to know what pushed about the extra few months.
Notice of hearing. Okay, there was in August. District Attorney Michael Gravely appeared for the state by Zoom. Defendant in custody and appeared by Zoom with Attorney Mueller, Birdsell, and Obear, who all appeared by Zoom. Clerk. Judge Rosal advises parties that he is holding this hearing based on his chief judge duties regarding scheduling issues in this matter. Court makes substantial record on the reasons this case cannot be heard by a speedy trial date of 9/12. Court orders the bond motion to be heard. So it basically seems like there's a scheduling conflict with the judge. That's not dramatic. Huh.
No, I also kind of find that a little bit unacceptable, really, but anyway.
Well, he's not going anywhere, which I think is the problem. The defendant. Court records. 2/24. Oh, that's scarily close. That's like 2 days ago. Please don't do this. Both the state and defense counsel object to live streaming by the media. And arguments are made. Attorney Natalie Harris, Court TV, makes her argument on behalf of the media. Upon hearing arguments, motion to prohibit live streaming is denied. And we get to watch it. Thank you, Court TV. You are blessed. Court places the attorneys and the media into a breakout room to discuss their live streaming concerns. Parties appear back on the record at 11:40 a.m., stating that they have reached an agreement regarding live streaming as it pertains to the minor witnesses. OA.
Oh, well, of course, there was always going to be something in relation to that.
Yeah. Attorney Mueller requests there be an order prohibiting any still frames or video shot of the minor witness OA in relation to this trial. Court orders that there shall be no photos taken anywhere on the courthouse grounds of the minor witness OA, and the court will be revising the media order to include this order along with other revisions as set forth on the record. Court also provides clarity to WITI media regarding the voir dire. All right, well, there you go.
That was okay. Well, that was a close call, but yeah, as someone said in chat, never thought I'd be thanking Court TV, but yeah.
Charges, summary. Okay. Defendant was charged with the following offenses. There's no documents here, huh? Well, that's too bad. Again, it doesn't look like we have the documents for this. But anyway, that's the summary of the case, I suppose. At least now that I have the case number, I can search tomorrow for some of the documents. Thank you for you eagle-eyed viewers who somehow are able to figure that out, because that certainly was not clear to me. Lily Smith, thank you so much for joining the Clean and Sober membership. That is deeply, deeply appreciated. Julie O, member for 5 months, has said, my nephew's birthday is July 5th, too. It is also the birthday of Huey Lewis in the News. And his name suddenly skipped my mind. The one that played the original Gomez Addams on the Addams Family.
Oh, really?
Yes. His name just totally skipped my mind for some reason. John Aston. All right. That catches us up with all the super chats, and that catches us up with the history of this case. And we still have an hour to go. Now, what we can do, we can either all just go about our day after an hour, or we can watch the original trial. The audio is shit. The camera work is even shittier, but we can watch part of the opening statements to that if you're all are so inclined.
Sounds like poll time.
Legal Vices, as the video played, it scrolled down the docs, and you could see on the second page as they scrolled. Oh, okay, I was just too busy looking at the top there. I guess it was clear somewhere else. So now I'm warning you, this video is absolute shit. As I told Hayden before we went live here on the stream, the audio is the worst audio I've ever heard of any court hearing ever. And the video looked like someone who failed an audition for a middle school audio video club.
For anyone that's been following me, he literally told me that it was worse than the camera and audio on the XXX trial. So that's what we're in for, people.
It's not even close. It's not even close. All right, everybody says just do it. Well, seeing as how we are right exactly in the middle of the stream, I want to do a couple of things here. First, encourage everyone to go over to Aussie Overlaw'd and subscribe to him. Subscribe to his channel. There's 607 of you watching this right now. And he needs far less than that, I believe, to get to 900 to get to 9,000. What do you need to get to 10,000?
Let me just double check. Where are we sitting at? So I'm currently sitting at 8872. So I need 1,128.
That's awesome. So that's, as we talked about with the other trial we were almost ready to do. The purposes are threefold why we're doing this. One, to give people an alternative to the Murdoch trial. The Murdoch trial is essentially done now until the verdict comes in, probably well into next week. And even though we're going to be streaming this, whenever that verdict comes in, we will break away from this to watch that. But the prosecution, they're done. Alec Murdoch has testified. Now it's just kind of some cleanup witnesses, go through the rebuttal phase, go into closing arguments, the jury instructions, and then the jury deliberation. And it'll take them several days to come back with a hung jury, because I don't think there's any way he's getting convicted by 12 people on that jury.
I would hope not.
At best, innocent. I mean, at best, not guilty. At worst, a hung jury. That's my
wow. Thank you to the 4 people who just subbed, and thank you, Rose. I'm trying something new. The wife hates it, but yeah.
Oh, come on, wifey, loosen up. Trust me. Once you get past the bristly tickly phase, you'll like it. Then it gets good tickly, not bad tickly. Just saying.
God. And who was it that said, no, I'm fully expecting that there is no appearances by Gandalf this time around, and do you help me if there is? I'm going to throw a computer screen.
That was the greatest witness I've ever seen in my life, when like Saruman appeared in the court there.
There is no way in hell that guy should still be licensed. I'm sorry, no way in hell. And I promise you right now, the reason that the guy in the background was freaking the F out was because he was the one doing the process serving, and the other guy was signing off on it.
That guy was so cool looking. All right, I'm searching for the Zachariah crap fest opening statements. And opening statements.
Oh, hang on, I'll chuck you the link.
For what?
The opening statements. I already had it up.
Oh, I already have it up now too.
Okay, well there you go.
Okay. Well, before we get going, again, there's three reasons we're doing this. 1, to give an alternative to the Murdoch trial. 2, to get Aussie Overlaw'd up to 10,000 subscribers. And me, it's not going to happen, but I'm pushing forward to 50,000. I need about 15,000 more. My goal was to have it done by May, by the beginning of May, but that's just never, ever, ever going to happen. But hey, who knows? We'll give it our best crack. But I'm just this shy of 35,000. I don't know what the number right now is. The number right now, according to YouTube Studio, is 34,764. So I need like 236 to get up to 35,000. So that's the goal, to get me to 35,000, to get Aussie to 10,000, and to give you somewhere else to go. So make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. The poll today is pretty even so far. I smashed the like and subscribe because I knew you were going to ask, was 45%, and 55% of you said, hoping this trial is awesome. See, this trial has the advantage of not having a body. So it's not an open shut case. It's not, I mean, it may be, but there's still no body.
So you never know. You might actually hit 50K if we have a viral moment where, I don't know, she slams open the doors of the courthouse, walks in and goes, "It wasn't him."
Yeah. Or just starts mowing people down. Yeah.
Oh, that too. That could work.
CHD, dog in the background. There's always a dog in the background somewhere. Where'd you go? Dang. This hat has just...
And I can see some people in chat saying that they've come in late and have no idea what's happened. The iDrop case has been postponed. We will hear on the 28th exactly what. So what's that? Tuesday time.
Tuesday.
As to when it's going to be rescheduled. So we found something else.
Yes, and the other trial was supposed to be presided over by Judge Barrow, who is the Brooks judge. Judge Doro, sorry, not Barrow. Judge Doro, the Brooks judge, and this is presided over by Judge Schroeder, who is the Kyle Rittenhouse judge. So the Kyle Rittenhouse judge is hearing this one, a guy accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend out of jealousy and hiding the body.
As you do.
And all right, we're going to bring up this crap fest of a... And there was a mistrial. These are the opening statements from the original trial, clearly not done by Court TV. I mean, well, just to give you a shot, this is so bad that as you play through, let's get laid down to here. There is literally an hour and 20 minutes into this. There are 3 comments in the live chat. This is really, and if they have like 2.6 thousand views in 11 months. Yeah, this was a crap video. As you can see, this is the first frame. I'm going to have to bump this video volume up to 600% before we even get started. There's just no other way around it. All right. And then we'll embiggen it and let's go. This, you asked for it, so you got it. You know, just start sending messages when you've had enough. Oh, in this trial, it is supposed to go for 2 weeks. I will see. Are you sure you want to do this?
Oh, holy hell. That's 600%?
Yes. Well, 500%.
Part of the proof we're going to be discussing is the stalking charges against both Sadie Meacham and Rosalito Gutierrez, and then the death of Rosalito Gutierrez in terms of all the circumstances and facts you will hear, and the reason.
It actually does get better than this.
Oh, okay. Thank God, because I'm sitting here thinking, fuck.
This much.
Believes this case takes you. It's a complicated set of evidence, so I'll do it a little bit chronologically, but some of it will just, by definition, have to be a little more complicated. Kenosha Police Department first entered.
Oh, that's a good point. Do they have closed captions?
2020. They entered this case.
No, of course not.
Around 11 a.m., a distraught woman calls 911 and says, "I need immediate assistance," and that location is over at the Wood Creek Apartments.
Done. I'm hesitant to talk over it because I know people definitely cannot hear it. Is this the prosecution or the defense opening statement?
Prosecution. This is prosecution.
Okay. All right. I'll see if I can pull it up on mine because I can double up the audio boost. See if I can pull anything out of it.
The home is one of Rosalito Gutierrez Jr. It's a home with, they occupies sort of on an everyday by himself, although his kids come to visit, you'll hear. It's a apartment filled with pictures of his children and children's toys. There's a outside toy that you'll see in the pictures, ready for children to play on, for his daughter to play on when she comes over. You'll hear that the bedroom in Mr. Gutierrez's house is undisturbed. There is only a note from his daughter declaring her love for her dad.
I'm going to see if we can have like 2 volume boosters going at the same time.
But you'll hear that basically of every other.
Yeah, that's what I've had to do on the Triple X case a couple of times.
Has blood. Officers will tell you that when they start in the hallway, so what happens at Wood Creek is you go into the first door and then head to the different entrances of the different apartments. When you first get to Rosalio's door, which is the first door that you return to, there's blood on that outside of the door. There's blood that's on the wall. There's blood that is towards the ceiling in that hallway. They open the door, and you'll hear that there's blood that's in the door jamb, indicating that that door was open when the first blows are struck that causes Rosalio's body to bleed and spray blood. You'll hear that inside the immediate place where that door enters, on the entirely other side of that door, on the inside of that door, there is also blood, indicating that door.
So can anybody hear this? That's the question. let me know. Let me know if you can hear this, because I can hear it vaguely. I can hear it enough that it's not something I want to kill. How about you, Hayden? Can you hear it okay, or not at all? We can't hear you, Hayden, because you're muted.
Of course I was. Look, the only thing that I can suggest is that we dial both of our mics back to, say, 30% so everyone can boost theirs. But in terms of...
I was just wondering if people could hear that if we were all, like, really, really quiet. And so apparently people said yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to look at it on the that's running through YouTube. I'm looking at the Milwaukee 6 video that they've got on their website, and I think it's the same video. For some reason, I'm getting no audio out of that whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah. It's so weird.
So you can't hear it at all?
I can hear it when you're playing it, but not through the Fox 6 website.
Okay.
So, not quite sure what that is. But, yeah, I mean, if we set both of our audio mics down to, say, 30, everyone else can turn their audio up and they should be able to hear it at least a bit better.
Well.
No cloud electrons. Unfortunately, there are no closed captions available on the video.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to refresh this here just real quick, because I put in another volume booster. I mean, this is how bad this thing is, really. it's this bad. All right. Let's see here. Boost your sound. Why isn't it letting me? Yeah, this is just the best we're gonna. Like I told you going into this, this was absolute crap. Now it's this will go up to 600%, whereas the last one would only go up to 500%.
Causes Rosalio's body to bleed and spray blood. You hear that inside the immediate place where that door enters, on the entirely other side of that door, on the inside of that door, there is also blood, indicating that door got closed and then the attack continued. And you'll hear it that way.
Yeah, well, that's not working.
There's blood that sprays
in
both of the obvious directions, indicating multiple blows occur at that location right inside.
Yeah, that's the best we're gonna do is 600%.
You'll hear that there's a moment at a table that's close, several steps, but it's where you would dine, that there's drift blood.
Jeff, can you hear me at all?
That Rosalio was
I've lost all
in
audio,
a place where he was either
including you.
He was trying to gather himself or somehow was dripping blood as opposed to having it sprayed. But there's also sprayed blood in that location. And you'll hear at multiple locations there are in the blood clumps of hair. So as Rosalio is being struck, he's being struck in a location where pieces of his hair are literally flying off him and falling in with blood that is sprayed across this residence. You'll hear there's blood in the
All right, I've turned my volume way down. I hope it doesn't blast everybody's ear out.
The force of the blood spray was such that it just didn't stay on the walls or on the ground. It makes it up to the ceilings of that apartment. You'll hear that there's blood spray by his main couch that faces his television. That there's some blood spray also by the door that is the patio door. He's a first floor, but the screen.
Okay, Hayden has lost all audio. We can hear you perfectly fine. But he'll be back here, I hope. Corn Pope was saying you're confused. Has the trial already started? Okay, let's bring Aussie back. Are you back? Are you back? Have you just turned your volume down? I can hear you perfectly fine. Anywho, yeah, just turn your volume on, I guess. I don't know. We can hear you fine. Corn Pope was saying she was confused whether the trial has started.
Just ignore me. Just play the video. I'll try and work out what's going on my end because I got nothing whatsoever.
I will text you here. We can hear you perfectly. There. Turn on your volume, Hayden.
Okay.
Anyway. All right. So yeah, this trial is going to be starting tomorrow. Jury selection starts tomorrow. This is actually a retrial. The trial will be starting tomorrow, but this is the opening statements from the original trial last year. They only got through opening statements, and then it turned out that the prosecution had not given the defense a piece of information that they thought was vital to the case. And so a mistrial was declared. So all we have from the original trial is just the opening statements. And so these are the opening statements from the original trial. And while we're here, scroll through a couple of these the super chats. Julie O says, was he with his sister Hannah Gutierrez Reed of Rust? Did I just solve the case? Mistrial with prejudice. And I didn't. There we go. Here's the other one I didn't flag. Booteroo Berries, long time no see. What's in the bloody water in Wisconsin? Is it the same as what's in Adelaide?
Possibly.
Oh, so hey, you're back. We can hear you, and you can hear us. That's good.
For some reason, trying to set up the second audio booster. For some reason, switch my audio to try and play out of my screen. For some reason, instead of my headphones.
All right. Well, let's get back into this horrific audio. Again, my volume is way down, so I think we're about the same level. And here we go. We'll just watch this for another 30, 40 minutes, just to kind of give you a flavor of what's coming up.
You'll hear there on the blinds that are in that direction over there, there's additional blood that's sprayed. You'll see pictures and you will have difficulty finding a piece of furniture.
Oh, this is just a crappy video.
Child's picture or a piece of child's artwork or a child's toy or a square foot of carpet that does not have blood. It will be difficult for you to find such a space in this apartment. You'll also hear that upon initial observation, officers see that there is what is called a void, which means there's a space where there is no blood that is dropped. And the explanation you will hear from both Sadie Beecham, who I'll talk about in a second, but also the officers, is it appears there is an area rub that was at that location, suggesting that whoever removed the body of Rosalio also removed that rub. The state's theory in this case, of course, is that Rosalio was wrapped in that rug by an individual who planned this, who made sure that they had rope and plastic and duct tape and were ready to be able to transport, who had made sure they knew the terrain well enough to know, even in an apartment building like that, that they would have it situated such that they could make a removal if that was what it came to. And you'll hear that Rosalio Gutierrez had not been heard from since he had texted a woman named Nareda Macias at sometime around 9:25, 9:26 on the evening of May 17th. So that was the last time anyone had heard or has heard from Rosalío Gutiérrez. So here we are. We are about 36 hours, a little, slightly more, 36 hours from the time he's last been heard of or from. And you will hear testimony from family and some people who are friends. You will hear testimony from people that Rosalío Gutiérrez and the life he led.
Now, again, this is the best we can possibly
been
do.
Back. There's been never a moment where that's been back. He didn't go to work. There is no proof in this case that any financial action has ever happened since this incident occurred. You will hear that Rosalío is an individual who, up until this moment, treasured his children, literally lived for his children, and they have never, ever seen him again. He dropped them off at their mother's homes the evening.
Okay, Hayden and other people in chat were saying that Facebook has captions.
Yeah. It looks like they've gone through and typed them in themselves, so it's not actually like audio recognition ones. It looks like they've actually done it properly.
Is it better than this?
Well, at the very least, you can read it. The
Well,
audio is about the same, but
do you want to bring it up? I'm not a Facebooker, so.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. See.
I haven't darkened Facebook's doorway for many a year.
Let's have a look. Share Brave tab.
At least we can get the captions. Like you said, there is a microphone. It's just he's nowhere near it. The defense opening statements, at least she's using the microphone.
I'll try and pull it up so it's at the exact point.
I don't know what it is about lawyers that can't figure out how to use microphones that are directly in front of them.
Mm-hmm. It's always good when I got a bottle of whiskey in the way. Can't see.
Well, we'll keep this going until you bring it up, or you close to bringing it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Of the 17th, these children saw their father hours before his death, dropped them off. Their birthdays have passed, Father's Day have passed, Mother's Day have passed, Christmases have passed, and there has never again been another sign of Rosalío Gutiérrez being present. Rosalío has two vehicles. One works, one does not. The vehicle that works is directly, just one parking space over, but basically directly across from his patio door. The other vehicle is also present. Both of his vehicles are still located at Wood Creek. No damage, nothing about those vehicles of any concern. There's a wallet on the couch, but it has no credit cards. It has nothing that would usually fill it. Reading one will think, okay, maybe this is a robbery. Maybe this is somebody who has done some kind of robbery home invasion, right? Maybe somebody is stealing things from this individual. But what we find later in this case, because Rosalío's mother has the heartbreaking job of having to empty this apartment and pack up her son's things. And so probably for her, the least impactful piece of that was she was going to clean the freezer. The freezer. And hidden behind the food in that freezer, not tossed in, not available at first glance, hidden behind the food in that freezer was Rosalío's phone.
That's weird.
Blood on it, which is Rosalío's blood. and Rosalio's money clip with his credit cards, identification, all those things, that if you wanted to have someone at least for several hours think this was a robbery, you would not want to be present when somebody first looked at that scene. Those items are hidden.
Why wouldn't he just take them with
the
him?
freezer.
Why would he hide them in the freezer? That's weird.
You'll hear that the canvas of the neighbors is done. You'll hear that the neighbor directly upstairs says, in the evening hours on the 17th, that's the same day when Rosalio Gutierrez was last heard from. In the evening hours on that day, I heard loud bumping in the apartment under me, Rosalio's apartment. I know he has kids who visit him. I assumed that was who it was, but I did hear a loud, particularly a loud bump against the wall. I thought nothing more of it, but now that you asked me a couple of days later, I did hear something that was a real disturbance during those evening hours.
Now, I have one thing here. I mean, that seems a bit odd that she would just hear what sounded like children playing and one big bump when it sounds like every surface in that house was coated with blood. Seems like there should be a lot more noise than that.
Unless it was like a freak accident, maybe, and something's happened where like the massive artery in the neck's been hit or something like that, and it's all just like spraying as he's just spinning around and not making any noise. Like, that's very bloody weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and so Dark Side Digital, this is the prosecutor. Yes. Correct. As everyone is telling you, chosen one. All right. Yes, I thought it was kind of weird. I mean, it's also weird to put the stuff in the freezer. If you're going to make it look like you stole, whoever killed him. Why wouldn't you just take his stuff? Whatever.
You'll hear that
Maybe.
another neighbor, the neighbor who's upstairs in an apartment over, now indicates that she believes on a night, again, sometime after, she believes 9 o'clock, she's not sure which date, but before the murder, on a night, in those couple of days, those days just before the murder, she hears in the hallway a scream, a single scream. She thinks it sounds like someone who is surprised and in pain. She listens and hears nothing else in the hallway, and so, again, takes no action. So she'll talk to you about what she heard in that situation. Again, the damage in terms of blood is that this blood is first spattered in that hallway, then that door is closed, and the rest of the attack occurs inside the closed apartment after the apartment door is closed. You will hear the expert from the state, the person who does blood spatter for the Kenosha Police Department, indicate to you that what this blood spatter tells him is that Rosalio Gutierrez is struck multiple times, several times in multiple locations, causing him to bleed, and with the force that blood would spatter in all of these directions. And you will hear that
Jim, the problem with that is one of the objects was his cell phone covered with his own blood.
To be sure that they are the blood of Rosalio Gutierrez and a representative sample of those.
Slight issue there.
In fact, of Rosalio Gutierrez, no sample, no blood is found to be from anyone else of any origin. So I want to get back to the woman who first calls police. Again, her name is Sadie Beecham. Sadie comes there on the 19th because she hasn't heard from Rosalio since the evening of the 17th, and she is dating him. So she met him on a dating app, and they've been dating for a couple months. This is not a exclusive relationship. This is not a situation. She hasn't gone to the step of having him meet her kids.
It's bothering that his tie matches the trim on the windows behind him.
A little bit about it. But in no way is this
That's your problem with this?
relationship. But the night before, the very
Via, no,
night
there are
before,
2 fire pits actually.
Rosalio Gutierrez is gone. Sadie Beecham, for the first time, met Rosalio's 2 children. And the next day,
I'm inclined to go with the pie.
next night, all this blood, never seen again.
Well, going with the super chats here, Jason J. Super chats or emergency reads. Need help deciding dinner? Yes, it's 8:30 a.m. here in Wisconsin. Homemade crispy chicken pot pie or homemade crispy chicken with country gravy on buttermilk biscuits. If need, do a poll. No, you don't need a poll. Just do what I tell you to do. Go with the homemade crispy chicken pot pie, and then when you're ready to ladle it up, ladle it over some buttermilk biscuits.
Best of both worlds. Best of luck with that.
Homemade crispy chicken pot pie over buttermilk biscuits. Back to your regularly scheduled murder.
Sadie Beecham will tell you, I have 3 children. At this moment in time, and when she first talked to police, she had a 12-year-old daughter, Olivia, and she has 2 younger boys, I believe are twins, still in car seats, younger boys.
That's rough.
She'll indicate that the defendant is the father of those children. He was a longtime boyfriend of hers. He worked away for long periods of time during their relationship. They actually didn't live together that often, but it was her place, certainly in the last multiple years, has been a place where when he was back in the area, in town, around, he would spend time with her and the children. She will indicate that the relationship got more and more problematic for her, and that around Christmas time of 2019, it was over. And she continued to express that as best she could, understanding they had children, understanding there had been years of difficulties, but also a relationship of these individuals, understanding that she was dealing with a person in her mind who she had to be careful about. So with all of those things true, she did everything she could think of and tried to have a situation where he was no longer thinking he was her boyfriend, thinking that this was going to, be something in future. So that wasn't perfect, right? There are days where these 2 people still express, old memories or talk about old issues or those kind of things. It's not, from December on, always clean, right? But the point is that the contact between them is, in bulk, is Sadie Beecham trying to say, I'm done, I'm moving on, I'm trying to meet, I'm trying to meet somebody, but you are no longer the one. And the defendant, time after time after time, trying to reignite something. And I'm going to suggest to you that this may be difficult for some of you to digest in the scenario that there is also a woman whose name is Christine Rensburg, who lives in a life where she believes the defendant is her boyfriend. And Christine Rensburg will testify, I have been dating him for a year. This is back in the time when Rosalío Gutierrez is gone from all of us. And
No, Flux, in this case, I don't think that the mic is fully adjustable.
he comes and stays at my house when he doesn't have the kids 5 or 6 days a week. And that is clearly apparent by their contacts as well. So this is Sadie is saying, I don't know very much about that. All I can tell you is this individual, the defendant, from the time he realized I had met Rosalío Gutierrez until the time Rosalío Gutierrez is dead, the defendant is obsessed, the defendant is jealous, the defendant is continually escalating his behavior. Frankly, Sadie Beecham will tell you, the defendant is scaring the crap out of me. Since this new fact emerged, that I like somebody, that I am seeing where this goes. And so Sadie Beecham told law enforcement that on the 19th. She said, I don't know. And Sadie Beecham, you'll hear the officer say, she seemed terrified. She was distraught. She was shaking. She was overcome in the midst of that scene of blood. She said, I came over here on the 19th because I haven't heard from him. And I didn't know what was going on. And I thought, I better check. I better go to his actual house to see if I can figure out where he is or what has happened to him. You'll hear that a woman named Narita Macias had met Rosalío on a dating site, and that on the 17th, in the evening hours, she was going to meet him for the first time at his house. And so they were texting back and forth. She was driving from out of town. It was going to be about an hour drive. They are in contact where Rosalío is clearly indicating to her, I'm expecting you, here's what I have to drink here at the house, all the sort of basic details of her coming to see him at around 9:30 at night on May 17th. You'll hear that.
So now again, just a quick pause here for people that are coming in midstream and whatnot. There's 550 of you here currently. This trial is upcoming. Jury selection starts tomorrow. Hayden may be streaming bits and pieces of the jury selection process. We will start our tag team stream on Tuesday morning. Whether or not they should either be nearly finished with jury selection or completely finished with it by then. I'll take the morning session, and Hayden will take the afternoon session. We'll kind of have a little bit of crossover during lunch. But this is a retrial. The trial that's starting tomorrow is a retrial. This is the opening statements, part of the opening statements from the first trial that was held last year. The opening statements got through, and then they had a mistrial because of some information that this guy didn't give to the defense. And so it got a mistrial. So we're just we're filling some time here. We'll be doing this for another 20 minutes or so. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a flavor for what's coming up during this trial. And it'd be funny to see if he gives the exact same opening statement this time as he did last time, or if he's polished it up during the past year. So we don't know. There's no body. There's a couple of burn pits. But let's get back into the prosecution's arguments here. Opening statements. Not arguments, they're statements.
The last time she had a text from him was at 9:36 p.m. on the 17th. And then she gets there at 9:37 p.m. and she begins to text him, hey, I'm here, or I'm 5 minutes away, then I'm here. And there's no response. I mean, this is a guy who's been texting her saying, come on over, here's what I got to drink, and there's no response. And she continues to text and to try to reach him. And she says, I stay there until about 10:19, so give or take about a half hour, a little less. And then she says, I drive away.
But Eva, he does have a microphone. There's a microphone right next to him. He's just not using it.
She's in front of the wrong building.
Which is annoying as hell.
Wood Creek. You'll hear that there's text messages from the very first time that Sadie Beecham went there, that she was being warned by the defendant, or in some way there was a communication between them, that, hey, GPS is going to take you to the wrong building. And you'll hear testimony that, in fact, for whatever
Here we go. This is where he
reason,
fucked up.
the wrong building is where Narita Macias is. So she's waiting outside the wrong building. She's, of course, keeping an eye, but never sees anything or anyone because she's in the wrong spot.
And this was the source of the mistrial. The prosecution knew that this person was waiting in front of the wrong building, but they didn't tell the defense that she was waiting, that they knew she was waiting in front of the wrong building. And that led to a mistrial. As long as we've got you paused here, Vermillion says, you know now that Hayden agreed to stream it, he'll plead guilty in the morning. Thanks for streaming today. Was going to be a boring morning without it. You were going to say something?
Look, third time's a charm, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently because they kept that from the defense counsel, they didn't have the opportunity to actually interview a particular witness, and it sort of all snowballed from there. So,
was he just giving a speech like Tom Berenger in Platoon? When the machine breaks down, we break down. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. But yep, this here is the little bit of information that the defendant went, what? We didn't know that. Why, you should have told us this. Mistrial. Now we're starting tomorrow. Come on, you can do it.
Not in a location where this patio door of Rosalio is visible in any way, and leaves when he's not in touch. She gets in touch with law enforcement later saying, hey, I just need you to know I was there, and he never came out, and never contacted me, and never has contacted me since. So again, showing that this is not an individual who is missing in some accidental circumstance other than the deliberate causing of his death.
Lancelot, 652. We need to start leashing lawyers to the microphone. Seriously.
We know from the phone records that Rosalio arrives back at his house.
Either that or give him damn lapel mics.
He has them for the whole weekend. He's had them. He's dropping them on. He gets home at about 9:08. He's got an open beer, still not finished beer. His TV is on. It's on Hulu. I don't have Hulu, but somebody probably on the jury does. He's got Hulu on, and by the time that the officers are there 36 hours later, it still has his account, but it's not playing any shows. It just says Hulu on the TV. But certainly, the TV is now on. Sadie Beecham is eventually interviewed, as is 12-year-old Olivia, about what has been happening in the 3.5 weeks, the escalating behavior before the death of Rosalio Gutierrez. She will talk about an incident of particular concern on April 24th. Okay, so this is essentially less than a month before Rosalio's death and disappearance. April 24th, Rosalio is at Sadie's house. not in our town, in a different location. He's at Sadie's home. He's going to spend the night there. So his vehicle is parked there. The defendant has the 3 children that he has with Sadie at his home. So he's got 2 little ones and 12-year-old Olivia at his house. You'll hear Sadie say in the middle of the night, there is a ringing of her doorbell, and then she hears steps of somebody running away. By the time she looks, she can't see who it is, but then a car zooms off. And based on all the behavior of the defendant in the last period of time, she believes that's going to likely be him. And ultimately, this doorbell ditch that happened, there is, Rosalio goes and discovers there are items missing from his car. You will hear Olivia told law enforcement at the time, when she was interviewed, Olivia said, my dad, the defendant, took me with him from his home over to Sadie's house in the middle of the night. Olivia will
That's
tell
not good.
He left the little ones behind sleeping. He drove us over there. He got out. She says he tippy-toed around very carefully. At times he had his shoes off. He was telling her at one point in this spy mission, we have to be very quiet. We're not going to leave any
We're
footprints.
hunting rabbits.
He's gone for a little while. She believes that he has tried to put a recording device in her van, so that perhaps that is to her bedroom, hoping to be able to record activity in the bedroom. And ultimately, he brings Olivia out of the vehicle, wanting her to join him. They return over to the house. He directs her where to look inside a window at her mother's house. He says to her, hold your hand up against your mouth so that you don't steam up or cloud the glass. I ask you to consider, as you consider the evidence, whether a 12-year-old is ever going to make up a detail. And you will hear that she looked in. She saw a living room scene where what she describes to law enforcement is the Sadie and Rosalio are essentially cuddling. And because she's 12 and loves her parents, she hates to see this. Her father is telling her, I want to get back together with your mom. I don't even really have a girlfriend.
That's messed up.
If your mom would just have me back, all of these things. So she feels she's been recruited to try to help him in the mission. And she glanced up there. At which point they leave the area.
Is there like a squeaky porch swing in the courtroom?
With their shoes and
It's not me. If it's not you, I don't know.
A defendant who has thought about this and how he will be deceptive and how he will do this a lot. She says that he went and retrieved the recorder, that nothing really recorded, that a little while later he sees papers that seem like they have to do with cars or car that would be Rosalio's paper. And she mentions that she sees a letter will hear Sadie say, I brought this up, and sure enough, it was confirmed to me that these are things that were in Rosalio's car. How would Olivia know that? How would she know that these items were in that car and something like a letter from another woman to Rosalio, lest that was present? And in fact, you'll hear that when a look is taken at the computer of the defendant, found at his home on his desk, that we have a snippet of what appears to be a legal type document that has Rosalio's stepdad's name and signature. And you will hear that the owner of the vehicle that this document is removed from was originally that stepdad. So it would be logical for him to have signed a document that now has a partial picture inside the computer of the defendant at the defendant's home. And I think you will also hear that Rosalio's home address is written in handwriting, and I believe Sadie will tell you she's known the defendant's handwriting forever, and that she believes to be the defendant's handwriting writing his address.
What is that squeaking noise? Maybe it's the judge's chair. I don't know.
You will hear that eventually the defendant indicates, yes, he did go to that house. He says, I had a premonition. I did take Olivia. He claims he took the children, the young ones as well, although Olivia says that did not happen. He denies having recorded. He said that Olivia wanted to look, and so, that's why it happened in that fashion.
That's messed up.
And he provides his own explanation as to why he would conduct himself in that fashion, denying.
That's really messed up that you're taking your 12-year-old daughter to peek through the windows with your mother, seeing your mother in bed with another dude and putting pressure on her to get them back together again. And then telling the cops you just had a premonition to go there, and then saying your 12-year-old daughter wanted to go watch her mother with another dude. That's messed up.
Yeah,
really messed up.
that kid's going to be in therapy for the rest of her life as it is. But I don't really think that was necessary. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, seriously, that's weird. Bad Weather Biker, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I only live about 20 miles from where Ed Gein lived. The hardware store where he claimed his last victim is still a hardware store. Maybe that's where this dude bought his supplies, allegedly. Bass says, how many prosecutors come from these stocks of rightfully bullied kids in class? Quite a few. But yeah, so you said you had a two. Are we done? That's we're at the 2-hour mark?
if you want an out, yes, I'm happy to go to bed.
But you're the one that said you had like 2 hours in you.
Well, I mean, I've got to get up early because I've got to take Scarlett to daycare. So for anyone that's watching, oh, hang on, I was doing my impression of this guy with the mic, but I think that's fallen flat. Give me a second.
Okay.
Just put that back. Guys, for any of my usual viewers, the show this afternoon will not necessarily start at 4:15. It may be closer to 5, just because I've got some stuff that I've got to sort out with getting Scarlett to daycare and getting her ready and that sort of thing. Also, to the people saying that Sundays are boring, clearly you're not subbed to me, because every Sunday at 4:15 we usually do Law News and Laughter, followed by an hour of Kinky Corner. So you're really missing out if you don't know what's good for you. So, but anyway. Yeah. This guy's messed.
Yeah, we got several people in chat saying you're confused. I mean, this is basically a guy who is being charged with the murder of his ex-girlfriend. The prosecution is claiming he was jealous of her new boyfriend. I'm sorry, even I'm confused. Murdering his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. So I guess he felt that he wanted to be back with her. He wanted to try to get it together. He couldn't handle her having a new boyfriend, so he stalked her, planted recording devices and GPS trackers and things, and then allegedly offed the boyfriend.
And
meanwhile, doing really creepy things like making his daughter look at them through windows and stuff.
Using a burner phone as a GPS tracker as well. It's not like that's a long-term solution either, because how do you get the phone to recharge it? Or has he plugged it into the center console and she's just not noticing that there's a cord sticking out?
Can you hear the dog snoring?
Actually, no, but that wouldn't surprise me.
We got the dog snoring hard in the background here. Don't want to turn the mic because everybody has their microphone, their speakers turned way up because of that. So I don't want to bring our volumes back up to normal levels right now because it would kill people. But we'll call it again. The reason we weren't planning on playing all of the opening statements. The prosecutors goes for about an hour and 45 minutes. The defense opening statement goes for about 55 minutes. We hadn't planned on playing all of these. I just wanted to, once we finish the regularly scheduled sort of build up explanation of the background, just wanted to play some of the original opening statements from the first trial, which ended in a mistrial after the opening statements, just to sort of give you a little bit of a taste for what's coming. The best thing I think is that this is going to be done by Court TV, so the video and audio are guaranteed to be a lot better. Assuming they're in charge.
Well, that's just it. I mean, my understanding is that Court TV and Law and Crime share the same feed, but again, the last couple of things haven't been being streamed by Court TV, so I think that where they're involved, again, they're more likely to have someone smack the AV guy back up the back of the head and say, do your job. The millionaire played all. Hell no. I still am planning getting sleep tonight.
Not tonight. Yeah, it's midnight here. It's 2 a.m. where he is. I'm going to be so glad when this daylight savings kicks in and then you're here like an hour in the right direction again.
It's going to make things more. It's going to make things easier, that's for sure. And when daylight savings kicks in and we move back into that zone, I'll be able to start doing my nighttime shows again so that you guys can have something every morning, which will be fun. Sometimes suck, people.
That's the deal. We had the trial we had been so excited to hear with Judge Doro from the Brooks trial, the Visine eye drop murder case. We had that ripped out from underneath us. That'll be rescheduled on Tuesday, the 28th. We'll find out when the new hearing date for that is. It could be a month from now. It could be 6 months from now. We'll just kind of have to wait and see what the rescheduling is. But in the meantime, this is coming up, and this is Judge Schroeder, who was presiding over the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And this is the one we're going to go with. Tell them what we're going to be doing, Hayden. How are we going to be doing this?
I'm sorry, I completely spaced out for like 30 seconds there. How are we doing what? As in the tag team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Jeff's going to be taking the morning stream. I'm going to be jumping in so that there's an easy transition, probably around the lunchtime mark. And then I'll pull the afternoon shift. More likely than not, from then we'll lead directly into my usual afternoon show. Depends how late the court goes. It'll certainly be interesting. And as for the Visine case, knowing our luck, they'll schedule it for right at the same time as show business, and we'll never see it. So,
Taylor should business takes precedence over everything in my life. I don't care what's happening. I'm streaming
crime spaced out at the exact same time. Oh, cricket. Not cricket. Damn it.
See, I always say circuit. She always yells at me because I say circuit, crafts, and crime. Anyway, so that's what we plan on doing. And for my stream, excuse me while I cough here. And for my stream, we'll still do Maritime Monday tomorrow. An interesting case, the breakup of one of the largest ships on the Great Lakes. We'll be doing that on Maritime Monday. We'll still be doing OJ on Thursday. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, this will be the only stream that we do. As soon as I get home from work, I'm going to sleep for 4 or 5 hours so that I can be all fresh and ready to go when it's time to go. So we'll keep you posted there. And then do not miss next Friday night US time, Saturday morning Asia time, because it's my monthly F It Friday stream where we just we get really liquored up. You throw $100 super chats at me or aggregates of $100, and I do shots of whiskey. We get all of the financial grifting out in one day.
Or better yet, you throw them at me, I take the shots, and he cries.
Do your own drunk stream. So yeah, we got a great lineup already and not everybody has responded, and I haven't sent out all the invitations yet. We've got a great lineup so far. Potentially Criminal Sean will be there, Danny on Direct, Drex, Runkle of the Bailey, Ian, Meme Copium from Japan, Nicholas Starov, union rep, labor law guy. He's just going to come on and match me drink for drink in a Viking drink off. When I asked him why he was going to do something that foolish when I'm the one that's getting paid lots of money to do it and he's getting nothing, he said, because I'm a Viking. Fair enough. Yellow Flash 2 from Flashcast, he may be there. Flux is definitely going to be there. Steph the Alter Nerd will be there. Chandler Remington, who you've seen recently with me on my OJ Simpson streams, and others will be there. Rob from Lawn Lumber said he'll try to be there. Ariadna Jacob, she said she'll be in there. So we've got that, and Hayden's going to be there. So we've got a good lineup already. And like I said, not everybody's responded, and not even all the invitations have gone out. So we'll have a great time, and that'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern time next Friday night. So bring your shekels, your dineros, your dollars, your everything else, whatever you got. Bring your money and just throw it all at me at that day. It's kind of fun.
Throw a coin to your Lorex, people.
And in the next few days, we actually, I know I've been saying this for like 3 weeks now, but in the next couple of days, we will be rolling out the Legal Vices Law Racks gear. So stay tuned for that. Ozzy, what do you got coming up in the next little bit other than this trial?
So in approximately 5 to 7 hours, keep an eye out for the notification, people. I will be looking at the 4-day work week and what exactly is going to be what's happened in researching that. I'm personally thinking about trialing it myself because, let's face it, who doesn't love a 3-day weekend? Other than that, we will have Kinky Corner about 2 hours after that. And yeah, just keep on keeping on. These trial streams have been kicking my ass, I'm not going to lie. Now that I'm switching back to doing the half streams, I'll probably be back to doing my usual shows at a half decent regular time. Just gonna have to move them on slightly beyond the end of the trial streams. Sandy asked whether or not I do political stuff like the woman being denied a heart transplant. Sandy, I cover pretty much anything and everything that's in the news that is law related, so may well cover that. I haven't specifically covered that one simply because the bug is a hot topic on YouTube. For my Rumble only streams, I talk about the sort of things that don't necessarily get me yeeted. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in some law news and laughter, keep an eye out for the notifications, either on Rumble, YouTube, or Locals, and I shall see you later on today.
All right, so everybody enjoy him in his Kinky Corner coming up in a bit. Me will be doing Maritime Monday, same time as always, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 1 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. Korea time, Korea, Japan time, and midnight Australia Capital Territory time, otherwise known as Canberra time. Yeah, so that's it. And then trial starts. Again, I don't plan on having anything to do with the jury selection on Monday. So whatever Hayden wants to do, that's up to him.
That's a good point, guys. So I'll go back to doing the XXX Tentacion trial for Monday. We'll be jumping between that and the jury selection because I don't think I've actually ever streamed a jury selection before. And if they get through it in record time, I'll have to give Jeff a message and say, oh, by the way, they've started opening statements. I highly doubt that. But we'll be keeping an eye on it.
Otherwise, we'll be starting this trial full time on Tuesday morning U.S. time. So keep an eye open for that. And please, as we're wrapping up here, make sure you go over to Aussie Overlaw'd and subscribe to his channel. And make sure you have subscribed or are subscribing right now as we speak to my channel. Let's get us both continuing to grow. And make sure you hit the like button as well. Ending up the like and subscribe poll Today, I smashed the like and subscribe button. 44% of you said because I knew you were going to ask, and 56% of you said you smashed the like and made sure you were subscribed. Just hoping this trial is awesome. Well, I hope it doesn't suck. I'll be happy with it just doesn't suck at this point.
Yeah, well, strike rate hasn't been great lately, so
yeah. And with that, I guess we're done. So we'll see you over at Aussie Overlaw'd later on in his morning, and we'll see you Maritime Monday on my place, same bat time, same bat channel. Tuesday, starting this Zachariah Anderson obsessed ex-boyfriend murder trial. Thank you, mods, for this completely unadvertised, unscheduled stream. We decided to do it. Thank you guys for popping in and being here. And thank you for everyone in chat, all 550 of you that are still here. And thank you for all the super chats, as always, deeply appreciated, graciously and gratefully accepted. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody, take care. Give us your outro.
Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise people. And remember, you are not a piece of shit. You contribute to society, even if it's just by smashing the like button.
That's new. And don't forget to enjoy your legal vices. Bye.